Yoruba. You can read a book in Yoruba. Sure. Yeah. And what else can you do in Yoruba?
What?
One o'clock.
Yes.
You can count in Yoruba.
Yes.
Oh.
200.
200. Oh, wow. Okay, go. What does everyone say to people when they say, what's the name of your school and those kind of questions?
My mom homeschools me.
Wow. And today I'm with my sister. Yeah, she's my sister. And she's Funke. I've been meaning to have this video with her like forever. We thought of doing it on Zoom and all sorts of ways. But I'm so glad that I can do it with her face to face, side by side. Funke homeschools her daughter, Ebondu, and she's had to answer all sorts of questions. And when are you sending her to school? And the kind of questions that go with people wondering about homeschooling or just not understanding it. Okay, you're welcome. Thank you very much. How did you come about the idea of homeschooling her?
Well, it wasn't something that I actually prepared for. But when Ebolua was between 9 months and 1 year old, and I'll see school buses around 6:15, 6:30 a.m.
Normal?
Yes, normal. Practically every day. And you see children, kids of about Ebolua's age, slightly younger, some slightly older, and you'll be struggling to see their heads just above the glasses of the bus and be wondering. So children go to school this early. Wow.
Babies go to school.
Babies go to school.
Toddlers.
Sincerely, in my heart of hearts, I couldn't imagine letting Ebo go to school. Waking her up at 1 o'clock and sending her off at such hours. So I told myself, whatever they learn in school is human beings who teach them. Let me start teaching her. And that was how I started teaching her.
Oh, wow. That was a bold step, thinking you'd teach her whatever they taught them in school. I remember well, you studied food science and technology.
Yes.
For a degree program.
Yes, I did.
What did you think you were going to teach a baby as a food scientist or as a fashion designer?
My father,
Yeah.
God bless his memory.
Sweet memory.
Yes, sweet memory. He's a teacher of teachers.
I'm sure you wanted to say, was a teacher of teachers?
Yeah, I was
still struggling with the tenses still for him, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
just
I was a teacher of teachers and always instilled in us, made us realize, understand that there's nothing you want to do you can't do.
okay.
You just need to set your heart on it and look for information, gather knowledge, and get at doing it. You make mistakes, you go back and do it. You make mistakes, you go relearn and do it. And thank God for technology. Everything, practically everything you need to learn nowadays, YouTube, Google, you are there.
All right, so that helped you take the bold step to start.
Yes, help me take the bold step, and then I'm blessed. I couldn't have asked for a better biological family. I have a strong support system. Go girl, go girl, go girl, go girl, you can do it. So I shared with this my sister.
Yeah.
And then that my other sister, Fumi, and they kept like, you can do it. I'm like, I'll give you a little training, just give you a little push, you can do it. And bam, I started doing it. And when I have issues and I get shaky and people ask me funny questions, I go back to them. See you, I whine. I say, it's okay to whine. You can do it.
What were the kind of funny questions that people ask?
People ask me, is it you can't pay the fees?
That's the school fees?
School fees, yes. People ask me, is it that you can't afford to pay the school fees? Is it that you don't want the girl to go to school mixed up with others? And I'm like, you won't understand. And some people even feel it's like a walk in the park. You are just enjoying yourself. Yes, I enjoy spending time with her, bonding with her, but it is also much more than that. It's a time of intense and rigorous learning, and sincerely I tell you, it is hard work, but
Okay.
it is a doable work.
All right. So you have been doing homeschooling her now. You said you started from when she was 1.
Yes.
So you have been at it for 4 years.
Yes.
Yeah. So when you started, did you plan to do it for this long?
No, not necessarily. I think over the time I have enjoyed it. Over the time I have seen the results.
So it's been a gradual
Yes,
thing.
it's been a one day at a time thing.
Okay. But it's not that you made up your mind, I'm going to homeschool her until she's 6.
No, at the beginning, no.
Would you share what do you do in a normal is there a normal school day?
Well, there is a normal school day that is like maybe 70% of the time.
Yeah.
So we start with our arithmetic, then we do English, and then we do science and social behavior, then we do religious studies.
So all of this within the space of 8 to when?
8 to 11. It's 7:30 to 11
That is when you do your schoolwork on
Yes.
a normal school
on
day.
a normal school
And I
day.
remember one of those days when we would talk and we said, when you said, but children stay in school so long, and we were calculating and saying, but they couldn't be getting taught all of those hours, and there are many children in the class, so the teacher needs to pay attention to so many of them. So a little time for this and a little time for that child.
Yes.
Whereas for you, you're all focused on your daughter. So you don't need all of the time, like 8 hours of school. And you said you found you were doing it within a 3-hour period. You have your break, she eats, and you come back to work.
Sometimes we might even do like a 1 hour stretch before breakfast, because you need her to be hungry, otherwise you spend forever eating.
Apart from people asking questions, what challenges have you had?
At a start, you want to know, what am I going to teach? And then I asked around for the curriculum and I got it.
Okay. So, is it right to say too that in addition to getting, you have been developing?
Yes, interfacing with people also make me know, because of course in my neighborhood I have children that are about Eboluwa's age, so I ask them questions. Apart from just the curriculum you read, I also want to know, how do you do in school, what do you do in school? And they tell me, of course, if you are friendly with children, they tell you even much more than you ask them.
And you've asked some teachers to you?
Yes, I ask. Yes,
teachers?
I have. I relate with teachers and I ask them, what do you teach? How do children respond? How do you get them to give you attention for a long spell of time?
So I see that you have a huge support system
Yes, I
of
do.
teachers.
Teachers.
Are there other challenges?
Yes, sometimes getting Eboluwa to separate between learning and playtime.
Learning between mommy and teacher, maybe?
Okay, between mommy and teacher. Because as far as she's concerned, everything is play. Then you'd have to explain to, I'll have to explain to her, Eboluwa, this is school time. You may have to say it many times.
Do you still have to do that now?
In the beginning, in the morning,
What
most
about
of the
now?
time. Now, yes, I still say it now. Eboluwa, it's school time. Please, can we have some attention? And of course, she will give you attention. And after a while, the attention may just wane. Then you just say, Ebon, you have to finish. We need to finish this. Okay, you are doing 6 sums this morning. No, normally I would say you are doing 6, because if I say 6, because there's always negotiation.
Okay.
So I can start with, Eboluwa, you are doing 10 sums this morning. Mommy, 10 is too much. Okay, can we do 8? No, let's do 7. No, let's do 8. No, let's do 7. And somehow we'll settle somewhere in between. Then, okay, I talked about normal school time. Sometimes my work tries to intrude on
Okay, I was going to come to that point.
On the school time. So if I need to get some things delivered in the morning, I would excuse school in the morning. Then I'll try for us to get back home early enough to be able to do some reasonable work.
So you come back in the evening?
Yes, come back in the evening and put in some reasonable hours so that you will tell yourself today's work has been done. Then
and that's what another point I was going to get to is talking about the benefits, because that seems to me like a benefit.
Yes.
You can be a little bit flexible.
Yes, you can be flexible
when
with
you are
your
disciplined,
time.
you can be flexible.
I have in view what to be achieved within a specific period of time, and we use every available opportunity. With children, learning and playing are not very far apart. So even when you're playing, there's certain knowledge you can pass on to your child. Sometimes I have tasks to do outside and I know it will take time, so we take our books along. So while we're waiting to do those things, we do coloring, we do sounding, we do arithmetic. We push it in every available opportunity. And then when we're sitting down to talk, maybe we're waiting for someone, we can start talking about, oh, what part of a plant do you like most? I say, yeah, the flower is beautiful. Okay, so what are the other parts of the plant? And she now goes to tell you, okay, flower, leaves, stem, and the roots. Mommy, pull that one out. Can I see the roots?
Yes, I remember a few days ago we were sitting out here and she ran to you and said, Mommy, roots. She had pulled something out from pulled out a little weed. It wasn't something to spoil the garden, but just a little weed. Mommy, roots. I remember, and I saw you look at it and say, yes, roots. So learning goes on
everywhere.
Okay. That's good. And of course I know learning goes on everywhere, any time, but I also know that there's a lot of rest time. She gets her rest time. It's not always learning. I've seen that for myself, so I don't really need to ask about it. So you do your school from like 7:30 or 8 till 11.
Yes.
And then you start going to
my workplace.
Your workplace.
Yes.
Because you're self-employed. Right?
Yes.
Yeah, of course, for some, so it means that you have that full job of a school teacher, and then you are still able to go and do your business full time.
Yes. Having a Bolua with me, as it were, 24/7 is such a beauty, such a joy. I get to see her as she is. I get to see her character develop. I get to put into her what I want to put into her. Fine. In my workshop, I have children that when they come back from school, they play with her. But it's easy for me to dictate when she has picked up anything funny. And I will tell her, no, Eboluwa, we don't do it this way. I can't get you to do it this way. Why? You will explain to the child why this character, this type of speech, this sitting posture are not nice and not acceptable.
So talking about other children, I was going to ask, how does her being with you, you're her teacher, you're her mommy, how does that work out for her in terms of social skills, like relating with other children, other people, other children?
She relates
adults?
very well with other children because as she's been growing up, she has been relating with children. I have children around me. She's actually a very, very vocal person.
Of course, I know. I'm just asking. How about relationship with adults?
She relates well with adults, very well with adults.
I know she does. She's not even a shy girl at all. When she comes around me, the kind of questions she asks me, the kind of questions she asks my husband. Has she been in competitive situation with other children?
Yes, and my church provides such opportunities. There's a vibrant and active children church, so they do all manner of things, and on public holidays and festive times too, they bring children together. Of course, they compete, recitations, poems, educational work. Actually, I remembered our last children convention. She did a recitation of 8 verses of the scriptures. The whole church stood in rousing ovation.
I remember that. You shared the video.
Memory verses, Psalm 21. I will lift up my eyes to the hills. From where comes my help? My help comes from the Lord, who made heaven and earth. He will not let my foot slip. He who watches over me will not slumber. He who watches over you will not slumber nor sleep. God watches over you, God is your shade upon the righteous.
I was so proud. It was good.
And over, this year children convention, she did a welcome address in Yoruba language.
Yeah, I saw that too. And it was excellent.
And she was the best in her category.
Wow.
Everybody keeps asking me in church now,
Yeah.
Which school is Ebolua going? And
I'm interested in hearing the answer you give to that question.
I'll tell them I homeschool her.
Okay.
And they're like, oh, wow, you are doing such a fantastic job. I wish you have a school. I'll bring my child.
Wow,
there. I'm
now
like,
it's
whoa.
beginning to show. So it's no longer like, when are you going to send her
No,
to school?
no. Right now, it's no longer when are you sending her to school. It's not like, I wish you have a school. I'll bring my child there.
Are you thinking of starting a school at some point?
Right now, no, the thought isn't there.
No, that's okay. I remember something I found very funny, like friends coming around with their children, and they read or they see Ebunju more than their children can, though their children are in school. And then they still, when they're going, after saying, oh, she's doing so well, my children can't do this, or my daughter can't do this, even though she's in a school where I pay fees. After all the appreciation of what's going on with them, then they now say, oh, okay, so Funke, when are you sending them to school? What does everyone say to people when they say, what's the name of your school, and those kind of questions?
My mom homeschools me.
Wow. Where do you go to school?
I'm homeschooling
You're homeschooled. Who homeschools you?
my mom.
Wow, do you like it? Do you like being homeschooled? Why do you like being homeschooled? Because
It's fun.
it's fun. Oh, wow. And if I can take you back a little bit in history, I know when people used to ask you and you say, she doesn't go to school. I said, Funke, why would you say she doesn't go to school? Tell them, I homeschool her. She goes to my school. I'm her teacher. I'm her head teacher.
Yes. People will come and be like, oh, Ebon is already doing this. Now, wow, in spite of all the school fees we are paying, we haven't gotten to this level. And then one day I was over the moon. My neighbor came and said, Madam, you are doing a fantastic job. I met with your daughter and children in this house, and I asked them few simple questions. They said, but you said this girl is not going to school. I said she's going to school. She's in my school.
Okay.
She beat all of them hands down. He even gave her gifts. And said, Madam, please keep up the good work. The way you are doing it, God will bless you. You are doing a very good work. I'm very impressed. And the girl she's very bold. She's very vibrant. She's very alive.
Yeah. And I think you talked about her reading
Skills.
Yeah.
Thank God for Jolly Phoenix. You know, this sounding thing helps so much. I'll tell her, you see a difficult word, just sound it. Break it, take the first 2 or the first 3 letters, do the next one. You just break it like into 3 or 4, and then that big word, Mommy, oh, so is even this word. I didn't. like she wants to sound fabulous. And she was like, Mommy, but it's a big word. I said, okay, do the first one. Ah, fab. Okay. Oh. Oh. It's even simple.
Yes. Yeah, and I've heard her say, oh, it's so easy many times. I should say you are doing a good job because you help her see learning and see the world as an easy place to live in, and information easy to get, learning easy to achieve. I've heard them say, oh, it's very easy many times. In the few days that we've been together, she feels that things are easy, things are achievable.
No, I tell her it's easy. You can do it. So she knows all you need to do is make effort. It's easy. You can do it.
Wow, you have come on girl, you've moved places.
We take it one day at a time.
I like your attitude, one day at a time. I won't be surprised if when she gets to secondary school you feel you are going to continue. Who knows? Now you are developing your English language skills. You grow along a step at a time. All the skills that go, you are a scientist, you have all of those, you have a lot of things in your kitty. And of course, you can always ask for outside help for subjects that you don't feel capable of teaching. Well, I'm not doing any persuading. I think gone are those days now. I don't need to do any persuading.
Not that I don't think so.
Yeah, gone are the
You
days
may
when
need to, but not very, very actively.
not actively. We have passed that stage. There are the other thing I want to talk about is often there are celebrations of days like birthdays that children are so eager to go and do with their friends in school. They have some graduation at different levels.
Landmarks, like if you read from so to so, I will take you out.
Okay.
I'll take you out to a place. I'll take you out for pizza.
Eboluwa is now 6 years old, and we're going to hear from her in a moment. Meanwhile, if you've enjoyed this video, it's been helpful to you, please give it a like and share with those you think it will be helpful to. Thank you. Over to Eboluwa now. Where do you go to school?
I'm homeschooling.
You're homeschooled. Who homeschools you?
My mom.
Wow, do you like it? Do you like being homeschooled?
Yes.
Why do you like being homeschooled?
Because
Because
it's fun.
it's fun. Oh wow. Yoruba. You can read a book in Yoruba. Sure. Yeah. And what else can you do in Yoruba?
What?
1 o'clock.
Yes.
You can count in Yoruba.
Yes.
Oh,
200.
200. Oh wow. Okay, go.
One, you gone to lady, treta, farming, farming, sister, some lady, it's a journal, so 10 hours, 11 class, office, 9, 10, 35.
I remind you? Let me remind you. Hi. Say it loud. Say it loud. Louder. Yes, you got it. So continue. Okay, so look in the camera and say, say your 100 into the camera, not. Wow! How did you learn all this, Ebu? Say it, say it. Say her, her. Come and show your face. She say it's her, it's her, it's her, it's her, it's her,
It's her.
it's her, it's her.